Welcome to the Senior Safety Advice Podcast, your trusted source for expert guidance on aging safely and independently. Whether you're a caregiver, a family member, or a senior looking to stay secure at home and beyond, we've got you covered. From fall prevention and home modifications to financial safety and scam awareness, we provide practical tips to help you or your loved ones live with confidence. Tune in and empower yourself with the knowledge you need to navigate the challenges of aging. Let's make safety simple.
Welcome to the Senior Safety Advice Podcast, where every episode brings you practical tips, heartfelt conversations, and a little bit of fun, all focused on living your best life as you age in place. I'm thrilled to have you join us today as we dive into something truly special, an adventure that transcends generations, reveals long-lost secrets, and bonds families across time. That's right, today's episode is all about exploring genealogy and tracing your family tree. Maybe you've wondered about your great-grandparents' journey across the ocean, or you've heard wild tales about the cousin who vanished in the gold rush, or you simply want to document your roots for the grandkids. Wherever you are on your family history journey, a curious beginner or a dedicated sleuth, this episode is for you. Let's discover how to turn old photos, scribbled letters, and family folklore into a living, breathing story that connects the past and the present. First, let's talk about why genealogy matters. Sure, building a family tree is a bit like doing a giant puzzle, with many with missing pieces and faded edges, and the occasional surprise piece from a completely different puzzle box. But it's so much more than collecting names and dates. Exploring your family history gives deep meaning to your own life story by showing you where you came from, and can deliver unexpected laughs, revelations, and maybe the odd family scandal. For seniors, genealogy is also a wonderful way to keep the mind sharp, create meaningful activities for family visits, and even improve emotional well-being. After all, who doesn't love a good story? So how do you actually begin tracing your family tree? The answer might be simpler than you think. Start with what you know, yourself. Connects you to lost relatives and sometimes makes new friendships along the way. This encourages fascinating conversations with family and friends and helps preserve important memories and traditions for the next generation. Write down your full name, birth date, birthplace, and do the same for your parents, grandparents, and as many generations back as you can recall. Don't worry if you hit blanks. Everyone does at some point. Guessing about 1930 for Grandma's birthday, or Illinois for Great Uncle Joe's home is perfectly fine. The important thing to record is what you know and then build out from there. Here is a pro tip. Wherever possible, use women's maiden names, because tracking married names can quickly lead to mistaken identities and lost branches. And remember, your own living memory is the best starting record of all. After jotting down what you know, take a treasure hunt through your own home or your family's homes for clues. Look for old photos, scrapbooks, family Bibles, birth and marriage certificates, diaries, and even scribbled recipe cards. They can be gold mines of information. Letters and postcards may reveal long-lost relatives, and notes on the back of photos could unlock a mystery or two. Medals, war memorabilia, or ancestral jewelry sometimes can tell silent stories about where an ancestor lived or served. Don't hesitate to call up relatives, especially the ones you know are family historians and storytellers. Ask them about family lore, funny anecdotes, and anything they remember about the old days. Recording your conversations or taking notes ensures no precious detail is lost. If you're listening right now, I'll give you a moment to jot down the 3 oldest family artifacts in your home. What stories might they tell about your origins? So let's face it, there's more power in the story. It's more than names and dates. Every family has legends. There's a mysterious traveling musician or a great aunt rumored to be royalty, or the classic or distantly related to whatever. Some stories are exaggerated, but others hold a surprising amount of truth. Adding these stories, even if you're not 100% sure they're true, transforms your family tree from dry records into a living history. Write them down or record relatives sharing their versions of the story. Later, detective skills and records can sort fact from fiction. And don't ignore the funny tales, like those moments when Uncle Harold accidentally set the turkey on fire, or Grandma swore she saw a ghost. These are the stories that grandchildren and great-grandchildren remember best. So now let's talk about the tools that make genealogy easier and maybe even addictive. There are online platforms. Modern genealogy is powered by websites that put millions of records at your fingertips. Some popular options are FamilySearch.org, which is free and beginner-friendly, or Ancestry.com, which is a huge database, has easy navigation, and is a paid subscription, or MyHeritage, Find My Past, and others offer unique records or international coverage. Then there's family tree programs. Organize your tree online using built-in templates and charts. Many sites offer easy photo uploads, story sections, and hints to help connect relatives. And there's genealogy apps. You can even build your tree, scan documents, or record interviews from your smartphone or tablet. Even if technology isn't your thing, don't fret. Good old-fashioned paper charts and scrapbooks are timeless alternatives and often make for beautiful displays at family gatherings. So then you want to think about fact-checking and separating myth from reality. This is where the detective work comes in. Not everything Grandma said is gospel. Sorry, Grandma. A few research basics. Always double-check details where you can, like birth, marriage, and death certificates. These are the gold standards. Think of this part as trying to verify a wild fishtail. Was Grandpa really a stowaway on a steamship? Only the records, sometimes dusty, sometimes digitized, will tell. In recent years, DNA kits have become popular, and sometimes a surprising way to expand family research. Services like Ancestry DNA and 23andMe can look at fresh clues through obituaries, newspaper clippings, and church records. And census records will reveal household members' addresses, jobs, and more. Be cautious of using online family trees that are created by strangers. Verify each connection before adding it to your own research. You'd be amazed how often different families share similar names or backgrounds. DNA kits can reveal unexpected relatives or confirm family stories as well. They can show how much of your ancestry comes from specific regions, and they can sometimes help break through brick walls when the paper trail runs cold. Keep in mind that DNA discoveries can also bring a lot of surprises, sometimes even difficult ones, like learning about an unknown sibling or alternate family lines. Every story is unique, so approach this tool with both curiosity and sensitivity. Recording your family history isn't just for yourself. It's a gift for your children, grandchildren, and even those not yet born. Here are some creative ways to preserve and share what you find. Create a physical scrapbook or memory book with photos, mementos, and short stories. These make wonderful gifts for relatives and are great conversation starters. Make a digital family album or a private family website where everyone can contribute documents, photos, or fun facts, even if they live across the globe. Host a family night or mini reunion where you share fascinating discoveries, and encourage the younger generation to join in. They can interview grandparents, play family trivia, or create a simple who's who puzzle with old photos. What makes genealogy so arresting are often the true stories, the ones full of drama, joy, and the occasional mishap. Here are a few favorites. Some are true, some are nearly true. There is the listener who wrote in about discovering a great-great-grandmother who eloped with the local mailman, leading to a cottage industry of secret letters in the family. Or the family reunion where DNA results uncovered a set of surprise cousins, making the gathering double in size overnight. And then there's the tale of the great uncle that was believed to be lost at sea, only to be found on a ship's crew list in New York, alive and well and working as a chef. These stories remind us that every family, no matter how ordinary, has its share of adventure. If your family has a story that always gets told at Thanksgiving, well, that's the one to share with others, but first try to verify the facts. All right, when you have an obstacle, such as the trail goes cold, what do? Well, records can be lost, misspelled, or hidden due to wars, disaster, or migration. Privacy laws also can block access to some recent records, especially those within the last 50 to 75 years. And not everyone in the family is going to be eager to share the stories. Don't lose heart. Stubbornness and a sense of humor will help. Sometimes a clue will appear from a cousin's attic, a random Google search, or a kind librarian in a distant country. One of the most rewarding parts of family research is seeing the places where your ancestors lived, worked, and loved. Plan a trip to a hometown, a farm, or a city from the past. Wander the same streets, visit old churches, or see ancestral homes. I have a good friend who just did this with her sister, and they loved getting to see where the family came from in Sweden. Even if travel isn't possible, use Google Street View or local historical societies to view photos and stories. For older adults, genealogy isn't just a project either. It's a journey that strengthens bonds with family and friends, preserves wisdom and humor of past generations, and offers a gentle way to exercise memories and mind and find meaning in your life. For caregivers, encouraging a loved one's genealogy quest can provide hours of stimulating and joyful engagement and new topics for conversation. As we wrap up, here are a few quick starter tips. Start small. Write one story, scan a few photos, or call a relative this week. Stay organized. Note names, dates, and sources. Your future self and your family will thank you. Be patient and persistent. A missing piece usually turns up eventually. And enjoy the ride. Family history is full of surprises and every step is worth celebrating. So thank you for joining us for today's journey into genealogy on the Senior Safety Advice Podcast. Whether your family's history is daring or dull, strange or sentimental, it's the story that leads to you, and that makes it worth telling. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast for more practical tips and inspiring conversations about aging safely, independently, and joyfully. Until next time, happy sleuthing, and may your family stories continue to grow. Thanks. Bye.
That's it for today's episode of the Senior Safety Advice Podcast, helping you and your loved ones stay safe, independent, and informed. If you found this episode helpful, be sure to subscribe and share it with others who could benefit. For more expert tips and resources, visit seniorsafetyadvice.com. And remember, staying safe starts with staying informed. Until next time, take care and stay safe.